Hello and welcome to Dividing by 10, 100, 0.1, 0.001 test. Okay, let's start with the slightly difficult ones first of all. So work out the answer for the following division and choose a correct option. Okay, so you do not need to use a calculator to be able to do these questions. And that's the whole point of doing this particular task. So 15.5 divided by 0.1. So the first thing we're going to do is turn it into a fraction. So 15.5 divided by 0.1. So this particular line here as a fraction also means divided by. All right. Now, a whole number is any number that is not a fraction or a decimal. A whole number is any number that is not a fraction or a decimal. So looking at both of these numbers, the numerator at the top and the numerator at the top and also the denominator at the bottom, we can see that they are both decimals and not whole numbers. So we need to turn them into whole numbers, especially the denominator. So to turn the denominator into a whole number, we will multiply by 10, because when you multiply a number by 10, you move the decimal point to the right once. And that will then give us 0.1 times 10 will give us 1. So because we've multiplied the denominator by 10, we have to do exactly the same thing. We will multiply the numerator by 10 as well. And we're going to move the decimal point to the right once. So this decimal point comes to the right once. When we multiply by 10, the decimal point comes to the right once. And that gives us 155 over 1. Now, if we calculate 155 divided by 1, our answer is going to be 155. So in this case, you do not need to use a calculator. You can just do working out to work out these particular questions. So in this case, our answer will be 155 for this particular question. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. The next one is 17.7 divided by 0.01. We'll do exactly the same thing. So 17.7 over 0.01. In other words, 17.7 divided by 0.01. Now we need to turn these into whole numbers. Remember, whole numbers, a whole number is a number that is not a fraction or a decimal. Now, to turn the denominator, which is a bottom number, into a whole number, we are going to multiply by 100. The reason we're going to multiply by 100 is because 100 has 2 zeros, and when we multiply a number by 100, the decimal point goes to the right twice. So once, twice. In that case, our denominator then becomes 1. We do exactly the same thing for the top. We multiply by 100 because we've denominator we multiplied by 100, so the numerator has to be multiplied by 100 as well. So we move the decimal point now twice to the right. So once and then twice. And in the gap, we just stick a 0. So in this case, the answer will be 1770. So 1770 divided by 1 gives us 1770 as our main answer. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Please use and apply the same technique as you're going through this particular test, and we'll follow this up in our next class. Good luck.